So when the call inside of me of aql and deen overrides the call inside of me of passion, appetite, and self-inclinations. Yes. Did you ever think about it this way? This is ta'asib. Think about it this way. It helps you remember at the right time. It helps us remember at the right time. When the call inside of me, or you, of deen and aql, faith, and morality, of religion of Allah Azza wa Jal, the call inside of me, don't do that. It's haram. It's makruh. It keeps you distant from Allah. Allah does not love that. And the call inside of me, do it. It feels good. It's just a moment. You can repent after that. It's okay. Well, why all these restrictions? Well, why that person feels okay? After all, he's a scientist. He's a philosopher. He's very smart. That call also. He does those things too. And many people do that too. That's another call. Passion. Forgive me, I gave earlier just a simple example of an ice cream and a chocolate cake, and they're just very simple things. There are things much more serious than that. Eating an ice cream is halal. Eating a chocolate cake is halal. But I was speaking of levels of sabr, levels of wanting nearness to Allah Azza wa Jal. But when that call inside of me of aql, wise reasoning. Why do I translate aql as wise reasoning and not just reasoning? Because aql in the Arabic language literally means something that ties. Something that ties you, holds you. And reason sometimes, for some people, doesn't hold them from haram, from makruh, and from passionate things. Aql, in the Arabic language, is called aql because it holds me back from following my appetites and drives and desires that are low and base. That's aql, wise reasoning. When that overrides the passion inside of me, the hawa inside of me, then that's sabr. But every time I succumb to the drive of shahwa and of tab'a and of habit, this is the way I am, this is the way I grew up, and each one has his or her own habits, his or her own personality, wouldn't you say? That lead to certain types of preferred behavior. When I succumb to that and to desires at the expense of the call of wise reason of aql and deen, I have no sabr. And if I have no sabr, what did I lose in reality? Yes, that's worst of all losses. Less than that, I lost what? From our early definitions, from human beings, I lost what? The intimacy with Allah Azza wa Jal. And therefore I lost what? Intimacy, remember, is uns. And therefore I lost what? Uns leads to what? Insan. I'm an insan because I have uns. So if I lost my uns, I lost what? My insaniya, my humanity. See? If I don't have sabr, I am not truly human. I'm not truly human. Like a dog, forgive me. Like a cow. A cow, when it wants to eat, it has to eat. You know, it doesn't think of uns and of Allah and of the consequences, and wants to eat, it has to eat, even if you mix it with other animal proteins. And it tastes good, it eats it until it gets mad, and it dies of mad cow disease. Subhanallah, I lose my insaniyah when I don't have sabr. This is the truth. This is the truth. SubhanAllah. But we don't sit and think about it like this so that we can make proper decisions. We shall, inshallah ta'ala, take our short recess of 10 minutes here and resume thereafter. No, not 10 minutes. Now it is time for Salatullah and lunch, inshallah, and we resume at 2 o'clock, bi'idhnillah. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.